In order to streamline the process of putting your new equipment into service after it has been installed, it is important to go through a checklist to confirm all the equipment required has been received prior to the technician's arrival at your site. Your experienced power service provider will provide a checklist to be completed and returned to their appropriate service office. Installation will not begin until it is confirmed the set arrived with no freight damage, loose connections, and was completely as ordered. Both indoor and outdoor generator sets should be firmly mounted to a concrete foundation as specified by the manufacturer. The pre-startup checklist will differ somewhat for indoor and outdoor installations. Before the installation of an indoor set, it is important to check that all the loose equipment supplied with the set is there, such as the exhaust equipment. Indoor units must have the exhaust completely installed. Do not bend the flexible connectors section or use it to compensate for misalignment between the engine exhaust and the exhaust piping. An engineered thimble must be used where the exhaust penetrates the roof or wall. At the termination, there must be a rain cap on the vertical discharge. And on a horizontal discharger, there must be either a rain cap or the pipe cut off at a 60-degree angle with a bird screen installed. Outdoor units require the exhaust to be completely installed, including the rain cap, which must be able to open and close freely. Generator load conductors must be connected to the generator output breaker and the transfer switch if supplied. Generators generally arrive neutral bonded to the ground from the factory. If the system requires a solid neutral, then the jumper on the generator must be removed. It is usually from the ground stud on the main alternator to the neutral bar. Control wiring should be in a conduit separate from the load conductors. Start wires need to be a minimum of number 18 and labeled number 3 and number 4. They need to be pulled up into the generator controller and to the connection point in the transfer switch. Utility power must be connected and available to the transfer switch. Do not plug the controller in. Building loads should be available. The transfer switch must be tested and powered down to plug in the controller. Power outages will occur during the testing of the transfer switch. Indoor installations require a cooling system duct at the radiator to be installed. Indoor installations require intake and exhaust louvers, and they have to be checked to ensure they're fully operational. Any fuel tank must have a pressure test before startup. The tank should be at least 75% full with number 2 off-highway diesel Supreme. Spark-ignited engines must be installed per the manufacturer's installation manual. Gas pressure must be 4 to 6 ounces or 7 to 11 inches of water column at the generator fuel inlet at all times. Supply volume must be sized for 100% rated load. The gas volume requirement is supplied on the generator data sheet. If a block heater is supplied, it must be wired to the appropriate voltage but not energized on startup. Any battery charger must be installed and wired. Installation instructions supplied should be studied before installation. If the battery charger is more than 15 feet from the batteries, additional sensing wires may be required. If the installation is required to conform with NFPA 110 installation, 3 additional wires must be pulled from the charger to the generator controller for alarms. If in doubt on any detailed checks, the generator power service provider should be consulted. Following the checks demonstrated in this video will help ensure reliable operation of your generator set. Remember, installation and testing of a generator set system should only be undertaken by a qualified technician.